Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Lords of the Night. With me, as always, your Lord of Punishment. Say hi, Scribe.
Hi, Scribe.
Your Lord of Pennies is here as well. Say hello, Satsu.
Hello, Satsu.
And I am your Lord of Something, the Ranting Monkey. What am I paying? That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope you all are having a great day. I really do. Satsu, how's your day going?
I'm full. I just got done eating. I got a lot of sleep today, so that was nice. Me and Squee just woke up, and I fed her, and then she went to sleep, and then I went back to sleep, and then she woke back up, and then I fed her again, and we both fell asleep on the couch, and then she woke up again, and then I fed her, and then we fell asleep again, and then her mom came home. And I was like, cool, perfect day. It's very chill. I enjoyed it.
Nice. And Scribe, how you doing today?
I'm fine. Work was work, and after all the video making yesterday, I just kind of took a breather today. But of course, I was inclined to start looking for my next project. So, otherwise, here I am. Rock me like a hurricane. How are you, monkey?
I'm good. I'm very, very good. I just got tired all of a sudden, though. I don't know why. Like 10 minutes before the show, I just started yawning. Like, fuck, stop it, and I can't. So, guys, if you hear me yawning in the background, I apologize. I will do my best to mute it when I do that because I know that's annoying.
Did you not sleep?
Well, you know my sleep, Scribe. I was in bed last night.
I do.
Like 13 hours, but I did not sleep much of that. So, it is what it is. I will be going to sleep as soon as we're done here because, goddamn, I hate yawning. I think it's stupid. Yawning is stupid.
In bed as soon as we get done here.
Shut up. Just because you're right don't mean you're right.
All right.
Monkey Dick, Jim Jones, movies, video games. Hit that like button, guys, and share our stuff far, wide, and otherwise, because YouTube's a bunch of bastards. Bastards. Do we have anything going on today we need to talk about before we move on to the news?
I took some super adorable pictures of Squishy that I was debating on if I should put out because I don't want to break the internet.
Oh.
But other than that, I ain't.
Scribbles, you got anything?
Not that comes to mind, no.
For me, Monkey in the Morning will be whenever I wake up after we're done with this show, guys. And by wake up, I mean drag my ass out of bed because those are not necessarily the same things.
Mm-hmm.
So, Scribbles, did we have a news today? I'm assuming we did.
Have a news? Yes.
No, I tripped on my word there. I didn't actually say a. If you go back and listen, I just tripped on my word. That's all.
Okay, so words for you are now like mental stairs.
They are, yes.
Understood. Well, hey, how about a meltdown at the White House?
Sure, why not?
Fondue? Oh, shit.
No.
Oh.
Fondue? What are you, from the 1980s or something?
What's wrong with fondue?
It melts.
It was a good joke.
That was perfect.
Wow.
Damn.
He's judgmental today.
Really? Anyway, continue.
You better work harder on your jokes.
Right, today.
Today? I mean, if you'd said something like, oh, did 3 Mile Island make a visit to Trump? Then maybe that would have been a good meltdown joke. But fondue? Really?
3 Mile Island? Wasn't that in the 80s?
Yeah.
So you want
to... Or Chernobyl. Or Chernobyl.
Fondue's not okay.
Well, then, anyway. I mean, when I think meltdown, I don't think
was
fondue
80s.
for meltdown. I mean, when meltdown is like, somebody freaks out or a nuclear power plant's about to blow up. Fukushima, maybe. Fukushima took a trip to the White House or something, took a tour, maybe. Anyway.
We had some fondue at the White House.
No, for fuck's sake. Democrats say Trump had a meltdown at a White House meeting. Congressional Democratic leaders offered a remarkable readout of a meeting with President Donald Trump on Wednesday, saying that the president called House Speaker Nancy Pelosi a, quote, third-rate politician, unquote, in what they described as a, quote, meltdown, unquote. Quote, he was insulting, particularly to the speaker. She kept her cool completely, but he called her a third-rate politician, Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer told reporters, describing the interaction. Quote, this was not a dialogue. This was a sort of diatribe, a nasty diatribe, not focused on the facts, unquote. Pelosi added, quote, what we witnessed on the part of the president was a meltdown, sad to say, unquote. The Democratic leaders were at the White House for a meeting on Syria, which came shortly after the House overwhelmingly passed a bipartisan vote on a resolution opposing the Trump administration's troop withdrawal, which is entirely symbolic, but whatever. Speaking to reporters after the meeting, the top congressional Democrats said that they walked out. Schumer said they did so, quote, when he started calling Speaker Pelosi a third-rate politician. Pelosi later said that Trump had actually referred to her as a third-grade politician. Well, thanks for clarifying that. I guess that makes it better or worse. Tensions between congressional Democrats and the White House have escalated sharply as Democrats pursue an impeachment investigation, although they're not voting on it, into Trump over his contacts with Ukraine and have conducted a steady stream of closed-door depositions this week's as part of the inquiry. Pelosi said that she believes Trump was, quote, very shaken up by the Syria resolution vote and said that the impeachment inquiry did not come up during the conversation with the president. House Majority Leader Steny Hoyer, a Democrat from Maryland, said that the Democrats, quote, were offended deeply by the president's treatment of the Speaker of the House of Representatives, unquote. White House Press Secretary Stephanie Grisham described the meeting differently, saying in a statement that Trump was, quote, measured and decisive, and that Pelosi, quote, had no intention of listening. Okay, I am inclined to basically believe the Democrats more than Trump on this one, but I don't know. And besides which, what does it matter?
Well, as somebody pointed out in chat, I mean, you're talking about somebody who's called him a criminal.
Yes.
I don't care. Is that a good answer? And
yeah.
Here's the thing. I don't mind talking about it because I think it's funny. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to the meat of it, I don't care if he called her a third-rate politician. Good. At least I would rather they be honest with each other. Yes, yeah. Civil, but civil's been thrown out. Civil's been thrown out. And you can't tell me just because we think he's a criminal. That's not being civil either. Sorry, Sweetums. And what he was very shooken up by a meaningless resolution before the House. Was he really? Was he? I feel like he would have been Trump about that and been like, fuck y'all, I don't care.
Yeah, shaken up by a symbolic gesture. I mean, I'm pretty much with you. If they're being nasty in rhetoric to each other behind closed doors, but no laws are being passed or no orders for arrest are being published or anything like that, it's effectively meaningless. So I don't know. Oh my God, Trump and the Democrats don't get along. Oh my God, Trump can be a childish blowhard. Have you watched him on Twitter? And again, I don't take any particular joy in sort of being like shrug my shoulders on this, because in a different world, I would have politicians representing our country that could actually disagree in a adult civil manner and not like this. But we're under the Trump administration, so this to me is just unfortunately par for the course.
I'm just curious because I've yet to see this. What exactly was said before he said that?
Right.
I want to know. Because
It'll be tomorrow.
They say impeachment didn't come up.
Right.
The only thing I've heard that they talked about was Syria.
Yes.
And I'm not saying Trump didn't do it, but that it seems weird to me that they'd go, we had a vote and we said we don't like the Syria thing. And he went, you're a third-rate politician. That just, I mean, maybe, but I want to know what was actually said.
Yeah.
And again, I don't care what was actually said either way. Because this, by the way, meetings like this, they don't do anything. They're not meant to, I mean, this wasn't meant to move the needle in any way. It's not like them coming to him and going, hey, the House voted. You know, House, here's something you guys can actually do. You can look this up. It's in your job description. Vote to go to war with Syria or with Turkey, whichever one you decide.
There's one little quote
It's
here
in
at
your
the end.
mandate.
There's a quote here at the end of this article that I press X to doubt, as they say. Steny Hoyer said that the meeting deteriorated and said that there were, quote, very offensive accusations being made by the President of the United States. Here's the quote. Quote, I have served with 6 presidents. So I'm assuming Trump, Obama, Bush, Clinton, and other Bush, right? And then what? Like Reagan? Okay.
Yeah, Reagan.
Okay. So we'll say going all the way back to Reagan. I want to keep that in mind by his quote here. I have served with 6 presidents. I have been in many, many, many meetings like this, he said. Never have I seen a president treat so disrespectfully a co-equal branch of the government of the United States. Over 6 presidents between Bush or Obama or Clinton. Have you? Okay. If you're talking about like an actual demeanor, words, etc., just petty person to person kind of stuff, maybe. I mean, I don't think even W. Bush would have talked like that necessarily to another person. I think even he had a bit more composure than that. But I mean, disrespect is kind of an abstract.
I got to be honest. I think Obama's "We Won" was more disrespectful than this.
No,
this was more. This was more of a schoolyard insult, I guess. But that's not saying you have no power. Shut up! I don't have to listen to you.
Oh, and Random American clarifies. Yeah, it wasn't a co-equal branch. It was one person. And Nancy Pelosi is not the entire branch of the government.
Yeah, this is funny as shit.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, I don't care if these idiots get into a fucking insult match with each other.
Yeah.
How about getting some work done, y'all? Instead of passing meaningless resolutions and insulting each other in the public, or in this case, private.
I was about to say sound and fury signifying nothing. In actual news, speaking of Syria, and this was breaking news just before the stream started. U.S. conducts airstrike on weapons storage site as troops pull out of Syria. So we're not getting involved in what's going on with the Turkey invasion, but we're hitting Syria while it's going on.
Well, it also depends on which parts of Syria we're talking about.
Yeah, let's find out. 2 U.S. Air Force F-15 jets conducted an airstrike targeting an American munitions storage bunker at a U.S. base in Syria Wednesday in order to prevent the munitions and other equipment from falling into the hands of armed groups. Okay, that's different. All right.
Yeah.
Blowing up our own shit, but here you go. Quote, on October 16th, after all coalition personnel and essential tactical equipment departed, 2 coalition F-15Es successfully conducted a pre-planned precision airstrike at the Lafarge cement factory to destroy an ammunition cache and reduce the facility's military usefulness. U.S. Army Colonel Miles Kaggans, a spokesman for the U.S.-led military coalition fighting ISIS, confirmed in a statement Wednesday. A U.S. defense official told CNN that no other forces were nearby at the time. Had they been, it's possible the decision to bomb the munitions might have been aborted because it might have been perceived as an attack on whatever forces were nearby. Aha.
I could have used that ammo.
Hi, Snoop.
Hello.
Did someone not close the border?
I left the border open.
You idiot.
For the record, we do this kind of stuff anytime we pull out of an area.
What? Let Sinatra in?
Yes, it's how we keep other people
guys,
from going.
Remember this: every time Monkey pulls out of an area, Sinatra appears.
Yeah,
I'll see you at your house later, buddy.
Excuse me.
I'm alone tonight.
Oh no! It's cuddle time.
It is cuddle time with me and Lady Monkey.
I'm going to pull out of my own hand, and he's going to be in it.
Oh, this is why Sinatra needs to start his own ASMR channel called Sinatra Snuggles.
Oh, I should.
Yeah, hi everybody. I'm gonna snuggle with you. I'm gonna snuggle with you so hard.
Snuggle the fuck out of you.
And thank you, Nuts, for dropping the Streamlabs link into chat, sweetie.
What did I just walk back into? Holy
You don't want to
I
know.
don't know.
But as for the bombing, yeah, we blow up our old military installations when we leave.
Mm-hmm.
It's yes, I realize that, Pinkalo. We didn't do it in Iraq. We're supposed to.
Yeah.
We fucking flatten them.
But I can use those, damn it.
All right. So if the Trump versus Pelosi thing was inoffensively, let's see, to the outside world, petty, this story blew my mind today because, Trump or otherwise, I cannot believe anyone could be this dense and weird. And with that preamble, let me read you the story. Now, do you recall
the most famous reindeer of all?
Jesus Christ. Okay.
No, actually, Santa Claus.
You may remember that a British teenager was killed in a car accident by the wife of a U.S. diplomat.
Yes.
Who then fled Britain before being questioned by police. All right.
Yeah.
Well, remember that story. Family ambushed by Trump's suggestion to meet with woman who caused fatal crash. All right. This is...
What?
All right. Yeah, I didn't quite understand until I read the story. And then I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. In a bizarre moment Tuesday that seems straight out of a reality television show, imagine that, President Trump dropped a bombshell on a grieving British family, surprising them with the news that the woman who had killed their son in a car crash was in a nearby room and then urging the family to meet with her. Quote, "It took your breath away when he mentioned it for the first time," Tim Dunn, the father of 19-year-old Harry Dunn, said in an interview with CBS This Morning on Wednesday. Harry Dunn was riding his motorbike when he was fatally struck by Anne Sakulis, an American woman who was driving her car on the wrong side of the road. She flew back to the United States with her family 3 weeks later and has not complied with the parents' pleas to return to the United Kingdom to face a full police investigation.
Hold that thought. Thank you, Three-Sided Coin, who says, like it was a fucking game show. Yeah, I'm interested to hear the rest of this because it sounds stupid.
Sakulis reportedly is shielded by diplomatic immunity afforded her by her husband's job as a U.S. intelligence officer. Dunn said Trump asked 2 or 3 times whether the family would meet with Sakulis, even though they said they didn't feel it was right. Quote, "It was a bit of pressure, but we stuck to our guns," Dunn said. The White House had photographers standing by, the family said, apparently ready to capture the scene. Charlotte Charles, the victim's mother, said in a CBS interview that they've always been willing to meet Sakulis. Quote, "We are still willing to meet her, but it needs to be on UK soil, and with the therapists and mediators. And that's not just for us. That's for her as well. She's traumatized. Her children are traumatized. To be thrown into a room together with no prior warning, that's not good for her mental health. It's certainly not good for ours," unquote. Is that somebody talking again? Or
that's background noise.
Okay. Charles and Dunn had gone to the White House to ask that Sakulis return to face justice in the UK. Their first surprise of the day was that rather than meeting with some senior official, as they say they had been told, they were met by President Trump himself. Trump told reporters on Wednesday that his meeting with the family was, quote, "beautiful in a certain way," unquote, and that he had met with Dunn's parents at the request of British Prime Minister Boris Johnson. Quote, "Unfortunately, when we had everybody together, they decided not to meet," Trump said. "Perhaps they had lawyers involved by that time. I don't know exactly. I know the people were lovely. They were very nice, and they were, desperately sad," unquote. Jesus.
Desperately sad, You know how it is.
He went on to say that, He went on to say that accidentally driving on the wrong side of the road, quote, "happens to a lot of people, by the way," unquote.
Does it though?
Does it?
Does it though?
Okay. So picture this. You've got 2 people whose son was practically murdered. Well, maybe not murdered, but killed by somebody who was stupid, and then she ran away rather than facing responsibility for it. They come halfway across the planet to try to get some form of justice for their dead son. And instead of that, they get surprise restorative justice by Donald Trump in the White House. I can't think of anything more ridiculously inappropriate, tone deaf, and just callous than that.
You know what Trump should have done is been like, I have her shackled in the next room. You want to take her back with you?
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Not, hey, you want to go talk to the people? Look, it's not like she's a member of the royal family. You can't just run over Brits like that.
Oh.
What?
Who does she think she is? A Kennedy?
Who does she think she is? Philip?
Who does she think she is? Matthew Broderick? Oh, but nobody knows that story because nobody talks about that anymore.
Who does she think she is? Caitlyn Jenner?
She's not Beto O'Rourke. No, in all seriousness, she needs to go back over there.
Matt Damon?
Matt Damon.
She needs to go back over there and face their justice system. Sorry, sweetheart, you killed someone. And I know we have this whole diplomatic immunity thing, but that is fucking nonsense. Yeah. Take her ass back over there and let her face justice. This may be the dumbest thing I have heard in a month, and that's hard because that's a high bar because we talk about politics constantly.
I honestly think this is of all the things, I think this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard Trump doing. And I know that's saying something.
Yes.
But just as far as like the complete lack of humanity, the complete lack of understanding of the situation or not caring about the situation. And by the way, the fact that Trump has not worked to extradite this woman, diplomatic immunity is not a license to kill. For fuck's sake, especially with somebody, with one of our allies or something. And this is just so stupid. And she's the wife of the guy who has the diplomatic immunity. No. Send her ass back over there. If they figure out some kind of plea agreement or some kind of other kind of restitution, fine. But she's got to go over there and do it. She doesn't get to like sit here inside the White House, the most secure place on the goddamn planet, and talk to the people whose son she killed. Fuck that.
Johnny Blaze says, am I the only one who thinks it's kind of funny? I think it's funny in the I can't believe this shit happened kind of way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a morbid kind of humor.
The president, now I don't know what he was thinking. This is one of those times it's like, what the fuck were you thinking? But to think, the best thing to do is to take this recently traumatized family, because we're only talking, what, a week, 2 weeks ago?
Something like that.
And take this family and go, you want to go just sit down and talk with her? Who would be ready for that in the first place? I'd be like, sure. And then I'd choke the bitch. Just seriously. I'd be like, yeah, I'll go talk to her.
Yeah. In the environment of the White House with the president of the United States standing over your shoulder, what kind, even if it was a good idea to have some kind of like come to Jesus moment between these two people or groups or whatever, that is the worst possible circumstance under which to have anything close to a reasonable or productive conversation. It's fucking nuts.
Yeah, what did he? Okay, I'm sorry.
I know.
What was going to happen? They're going to go in there and go, it's okay, you killed our kid. We're sorry. We're sorry to have inconvenienced you.
Shake hands and make up. Like,
you know what it was going to be? I'm going to tell you what it was going to be. It was going to be the chick who did it on one side of Trump looking the other way, and the family on the other side looking the other way, and Trump in the middle with two thumbs up smiling.
Yeah,
that's what it was gonna fucking be.
No, send her ass back. Let her go through their trial process, and sorry, sweetie, don't kill people.
Jesus Christ.
There's a good point in the chat. Trump can't remove her immunity because if he does, he tells every U.S. asset across the globe and their families they will be given up by him if there's an accident. The enemies could engineer accidents.
That's it could happen.
Yeah. They killed Khashoggi right in front of the world and no one did a thing, so that could happen.
Well, that's a separate issue. Like, I mean, we
could have an accident.
Yeah, we could have that conversation, but right now we're talking about Trump's dumbass fucking shit here.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they should send her ass back. But even this story itself is just fucking ridiculous. Keep all of her immunity or all her immunity, and it's still fucking ridiculous. If she ended up on a pallet dropped in a British location, whoops, these things happen. Did she apologize? That's a good question.
Probably not.
Did she have time to when she was fucking running?
She just turns around. Sorry,
My bad. Oops.
Jeez.
Sadly, it's not a separate issue. It's the very core of the issue, stopping Trump sending the cow back. No, we're not talking about sending her back. I'm talking about this specific situation. Him having the family there going, you want to go talk to her?
Yeah, she's right over there. Go on.
That is what I'm talking about when I say this specific issue is fucking ridiculous. I understand how diplomatic immunity works, and at least as far as I knew, it had nothing to do when it came to murder. Or causing death. That there were certain things that diplomatic immunity didn't cover.
Yeah.
But yeah, I say, look, I'm speaking on principle here. Shackle her ass and send her back. Because you know what? If a Brit did this to an American, that's what I'd want them to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it all depends on the Brit, though, doesn't it?
Well, it depends. I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
There's some that they could keep, I suppose, and who they rent. No, that's just kidding.
Okay. Well, Evolved Potato in the chat is telling me to tell Satsu to check his Streamlabs.
There you go.
Yeah. Sinatra's just a waiter, guys. He takes the orders.
I deserve a fucking tip.
Monkey.
Let's see. The last story I had, it's really quick, relatively speaking, because it's just prediction. Mitch McConnell previews Senate impeachment trial and speculates it could end by Christmas, even though there hasn't been a vote yet.
Yeah, because the Russia investigation ended so quickly.
Well, barring something crazy happening, which I don't know what that means anymore. Certainly, the Senate is not going to let this drag out any further than they have control to do so. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell gave a preview of how a possible impeachment trial in the chamber would be conducted in a closed-door lunch with Republican senators on Wednesday, answering questions about the rules guiding the proceedings and speculating that it will be over by Christmas. McConnell prepared his colleagues on what's to come as the House investigates allegations that President Donald Trump abused his power in asking a Ukrainian leader to interfere in the 2020 presidential election. McConnell said that the trial would start in the early afternoon each day, 6 days a week, with Chief Justice John Roberts presiding over the Senate. He said that the House could pass articles of impeachment by Thanksgiving and that the Senate could then finish its trial by Christmas, according to a Republican president. McConnell's office declined to provide a readout of the meeting. Quote, one of the hypotheticals is we get these before Thanksgiving break, said Senator Kevin Cramer, a North Dakota Republican. There's great motivation to get this done by Christmas.
Doesn't Thanksgiving break start like halfway through the fucking month?
Usually, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They take like 2 weeks off for Thanksgiving.
They take 2 weeks off for everything. So it's Tuesday, 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
Can I grab this Streamlabs real quick?
Please do.
No.
Evolved Potato, in relation to the last story, said, devil's advocate, but she hasn't ever been charged yet. They say they need her for investigation, but until they charge her, they can't make her go. That's what that Evolved Potato said. So I don't know how that works.
Well, in other instances, conceivably they would be extradited, but it's the diplomatic immunity thing that's standing in the way of the whole process at this point. So yeah, I mean, if I fly over to Britain and commit some kind of felonious crime and then I escape back to America and Britain finds me, they can negotiate with the U.S. to have me extradited over there to face justice.
Just be a white girl with a well-connected husband.
Yeah, be shielded by your husband's job. God. Anyway, yeah. So, there you go.
As for the story we're actually on, I saw a tangentially related thing today, and this is part of my fucketry, but I'm going to bring it up now because it's kind of related to that. Apparently, Lindsey Graham was going around trying to collect senators to say that they would vote against removal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you talked about this earlier, didn't you?
I did, and I'm about to have a little bit more on it because, dear Christ. Chucky Schumer had a problem with this. Oh,
Fuck
Chucky. Chuck is upset because Lindsey Graham is collecting these people without there even being a trial, without any of the evidence coming to the Senate. I just want to bring up again that Nancy Pelosi didn't start in impeachment investigations to begin with because she didn't think she had the votes for it. The investigation. She was waiting until she had the votes for impeachment before she started the investigation. Chucky Schumer had no
go off during the stream like that is extremely rude.
Excuse me?
Pardon?
Having your phone go off during the stream like that is very rude, Scribe.
It goes off every night because I have a job, Sinatra.
Ha!
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I don't know why you're laughing, Satsu.
What? I got a job.
What?
yeah.
He's a homemaker. He's a homemaker.
I am a stay-at-home dad. That is the hardest job in the world.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
It's the second hardest.
Are you? What are you, a sexist, Sinatra? God.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Like that was like, what the fuck kind of question is that?
Yeah, no kidding. Of course I am.
Jesus Christ.
I would also like to point out that there were several Democrats, many, who promised us impeachment before they were even sworn into office in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And Chucky Schumer had no problem with them either. It's just Lindsey Graham going around getting the will not remove votes that's a problem.
Because Orange Man bad, you know this.
Because Chuck Schumer's a dick.
He is. He's been a dick for a long fucking time.
Oh, he is. Yeah. But so look, we already know all of this is basically foretold by party lines. Unless they come out with something much worse against Trump, they're not going to vote to remove him from office. That hurts the party. Just like unless there's something that comes out that absolutely exonerates him, he's going to be impeached if they ever take the vote.
Mm-hmm.
So stop acting like it's not all predetermined, Chuck. And like Lindsay's the bad one here, Chuck. It's all of you dicks. Stop it. Anyway, sorry. Was that our last story, Scribbles?
That's all I have.
All right. That brings us on to hashtag MSS News. Guys, if there's a story you'd like us to take a look at, hit us up at that. Sorry, I bit my tongue, guys. And I keep, do you hear me keep doing that?
Yes.
Okay, so words are stairs for you.
I keep because I bit my tongue and it's a little bit swollen. If there's a story you'd like us to take a look at, hit us up at the hashtag MSS News over on the Twitter machine. We can't get to them all, but that's just because Scribe keeps making fun of the cripple. Scribe, why would you do that?
What an asshole.
Jesus.
How dare you?
How dare you?
You're
right. You're right. I hereby abdicate my place in reading news from now on. I'm sorry.
I'd do it, but
I'll do it.
Talk.
Let's see. This one comes from Frosted Glass. I'm missing Colleen Bernier. I don't get my Colleen Bernier fix since she's been moving, still settling in, I hear. So I guess she moved like halfway across the country or something. So maybe she moved to get away from the corruption of her town. We haven't heard any updates on that whole mayor embezzling $600,000 or whatever. So Frosted Glass sends us this one from, it's from Medium, a glorified blog site, just like CNN. I hate guns, but I might buy one. And the subheading is, as the father of 4 black children, I'm forced to reevaluate my ideals. Okay. And again, this is the author speaking. Let me be clear. I am, at least in the hallowed halls of my ideals, as anti-gun as a person can be. I have railed against what I believe to be the antiquated concept of the Second Amendment, quoted gun violence statistics ad nauseum, and pointed out the obvious correlation between gun availability and gun violence in the United States more times than I can count. And yet, I find myself seriously considering buying a gun.
That is such a dumb fucking argument. Guns are available, so gun crime happens. That's like saying alcohol is available, so drunk driving happens. It's pointless.
My anti-gun stance is more than an academic exercise. I grew up witnessing the destructive power of firearms. There were periods of my life when I carried one with me everywhere I went, and I've seen the devastation they've wrought from both sides of the barrel. I've lost friends to gun violence, and I've lost friends to prisons for pulling triggers.
He's withholding information.
Uh-oh. From an engineering standpoint, I've always admired the elegant efficiency of guns. They're a near-perfect machine. Human ingenuity has distilled the power of dealing death and pain down to a process as simple as using a computer mouse. Point and click, point and shoot.
It's not that easy.
All right, I'm going to need to find out. Okay, I'm scrolling down a bit. My role in the world today is entirely new to me. 2 years ago, I married the most amazing woman on the planet and simultaneously became a stepfather to the 4 most incredible children alive. I am a white man, but my wife and children are black, and I find myself forced to confront the fact that the privilege that has always kept me exponentially safer than 90% of the rest of the people on the earth does not extend to my family. Just as proximity to blackness does not give me any real understanding of the racism they face, their proximity to whiteness will not protect them from the violence that same racism propagates.
Didn't he just say that a bunch of his friends died of gun violence?
I assume all of his friends had to be black. I mean, if what he's saying is what he thinks is actually true in reality, then I have to assume that none of the people that died were white, and none of the people that went to prison were white.
If he's insinuating that, he's leaving out the fact that he probably grew up in the hood, and those people who he was carrying a gun for, and keeping a gun on him, and all those people that were dying and those shootouts, death all around him, guess what they look like? I grew up in that shit. I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, what kind of dummy needs to keep a gun around him all the time?
I'm very curious. Well played, well played. I'm curious how many people he killed.
Okay, this goes on. Well, actually, it's not that long. Do you want me to read the whole thing? It's not that long. I know I don't want to take too much time.
Sure,
I would appreciate it if you sent it to me too. I'd like to.
Okay, well, let me
I'll
try to
send it to you, Sinatra. I'm going to throw it in chat, actually.
Yeah, let me get to the salient points here. I'm not going to read everything, but okay. I'm probably as tough as any other guy my age and size walking around. I boxed.
Now that
Wait, hold on. I boxed a bit when I was younger. I can handle myself with my hands, but these folks are openly carrying pistols and assault rifles into Chipotle. I've got a great left hook, but all of the anger and love in the world won't make my fist strong enough to stop a bullet. Hey, you've never seen Iron Fist. I'm just saying.
And yes, it does if you get them when they're pulling the gun out.
Okay, I'll just read this the next couple paragraphs. In full transparency, like the rest of this has been somehow couched, I am livid at the thought of being forced to make this compromise. You're not being forced to do anything. Even worse, in doing so, I'd introduce an entirely new set of risks to their safety, as in his children. I'm not convinced they've created a gun that is safe and secure enough to keep my brilliant children out if they were so inclined to examine it.
Lock it in a safe, ass wipe.
Yeah, that's your responsibility as a gun owner, dickbit.
My little Negro children can't ignore the alluring fucking beauty of the weapon.
Oh, wait, it gets better. They deserve a world where I don't have to choose the least dangerous way to keep them safe. But black children aren't allowed to just be children. Their very existence comes prepackaged with the weight of an entire history of anti-blackness baked into our very culture, a weight they feel every time they leave home.
I know it's a thing for Holly. Yeah. Good, sorry.
One more paragraph. My oldest son is 11 years old, stands 5 feet 11 inches, and looks like an adult from 10 feet away. There's no... 11. It's apparently so. There's no way possible for me not to think of Tamir Rice and Trayvon Martin anytime he walks out of our front door. He is a child facing down the dangers of white America's fascination with the, quote, mythic masculinity of the black man, and he's not yet a teenager, let alone a man.
The mythic masculinity of the black man. Holy shit. How is it possible that the most racist statements I have ever heard are crafted from the biggest fucking activists of black rights.
He realizes when black people talk about the Apollo, it's a theater, right?
Oh my God.
Real quick over on the donation here. Thank you, Cody Fry. I bet he handled himself with his hands because by the sound of it, his wife doesn't handle him with hers. By his own description, even him thinking about owning a gun means he's going to kill someone.
Yeah.
So I know Polydub has his gun closet, and I'm sure it's very impressive. But I too have a gun closet. It's right behind me, literally 4 feet away from me. I have the closet locked and 2 locked safes in the closet that have my guns, except for this one. There is no excuse for anyone to ever say, oh, my kid just got a hold of it. They got a hold of it because you weren't responsible.
All right. Well, from gun violence to the Amityville horror.
Okay.
This one comes from Froggy. Iowa family discovers horrifying basement filled with blood.
All right.
And am I allowed to read this article from the Des Moines Register? Oh, I have to pay them. I'm not going to do that. Let me see what I can read around the edges here. Nick Listina made a frightening discovery at his Badgley home earlier this month. 5 inches of animal blood, fat, and tissue from a neighboring meat locker had seeped into the basement through a floor drain, creating a scene worthy of a Halloween movie. Quote, some things you think you'll never see, Listina said. Listina, a father of 5, has lived next door to Dahl's Custom Meat Locker for 10 years. He said there was never a problem until October 3rd when he stopped home to pick up a power drill and noticed his sump pump spewing red liquid. 2 weeks later, the blood is still seeping into the basement, and the Iowa Department of Public Health told the family it's not safe to live in the home. They are staying with relatives in Panora until the mess can be cleaned up. Quote, I've had a company come out for cleaning and sanitizing, but they can't start that process until it stops coming up the drain. I've been talking to different excavation people. It hasn't been a promising deal. I need dry weather. Well, the place next to you needs to be handling the payment of this.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Are they going to say anything about the company? Where's the... Did they even mention this? Okay. Caitlin and Jared. No, that's okay. All right. Okay. Caitlin and Jared Dahl purchased the meat locker in April after working in the business for several years. The meat locker butchers animals, including cattle, hogs, goats, chickens, and hunter's game. Quote, we didn't change a thing from the previous owner, Caitlin Dahl said. Everything was signed off on and was up to regulations, so we didn't think there were any issues. Well,
now you know.
And yeah, that's beside the point. Okay. So are you guys going to pay for... I don't
damn. 15 minutes ago, sorry, Sir Wolfgang, over on Streamlabs said, here's a tip, Sanute. Thank you.
Caitlin Dahl told the Register that her company always intended to help with the family's cleanup costs.
Yeah,
I think you're going to cover the cleanup costs, not help. It's not their fault.
That's got to smell like hell, man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Shit.
Even if they clean it out, I don't know how you get that. That's going to seep into the cracks of everything. I mean, you're going to have. Can't even imagine.
Oh yeah, it's going to have like crime scene cleanup crews out there.
Yeah, steam, disinfect, bleach it all out, every nook and cranny to make sure it doesn't start rotting later in the future.
On the plus side, if he wants to kill somebody in his basement right now.
Oh yeah,
perfect time.
This one comes from Massive Dynamics. This is a Florida story. Florida police tell man to quit calling about stolen marijuana. A man in Florida repeatedly called 911 over the weekend to report that his roommate had stolen his weed. A deputy for the Pasco County Sheriff's Office recounted the bizarre call on Twitter. Deputy Neil Zalva says in the Twitter video that he called the man back to tell him to quit contacting the sheriff's office about his purloined pot. The video was made as part of the agency's Tweet Along program, which allows viewers to get a behind-the-scenes look at the police work by the deputies. Recreational marijuana use remains illegal in Florida. A sheriff's office spokesman says no charges were filed against the caller. Well, yeah, but cops come save me from my weed being stolen. Stupid.
I would I'd go arrest his ass.
I'd follow it up the chain, like, where'd you get this weed? And then, maybe break a whole drug ring all by yourself. Let's see. This one comes from Peter Stewart. Technology could end drunk driving, and the U.S. may even mandate it. Okay. Oh, well, no. Could is the operative word here because of the next sentence. 2 U.S. senators plan to introduce legislation that would equip every new car with an ad that pops up over me being able to read the story. No. Every new car with technology to block drivers who are over the limit. Don't they have to voluntarily breathe? Or that little lockout thing, right? They have to breathe into it before they start the engine.
Yeah, just a breathalyzer.
Yeah, you just get the guy next to you in the passenger seat to do it.
That's unsanitary.
Let's see. It's an unfortunate reality that plenty of people still operate vehicles while intoxicated, which can lead to disastrous results for the driver and innocent motorists and pedestrians. Quote, every day, almost 30 people in the United States die in drunk driving crashes, says the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Despite massive public information campaigns to curb drunk driving, the hard fact is there's still nothing stopping a driver from getting behind the wheel after too much to drink. New technology has something to say about the matter, and 2 U.S. senators believe it's time that the country puts its foot down on drunk driving.
Ban cars. No? Oh.
No, seize cars. Mandatory buyback cars.
And you'll face consequences, damn it.
Yeah, we're going to take away your BMWs. In an interview with Reuters on Wednesday, Tom Udall, a Democrat from Utah, and Rick Scott, a Republican from Florida, say they plan to introduce bipartisan legislation. Well, if they're from different parties, it is. But anyway, that would mandate every new car sold to feature technology that keeps drunks from even starting a car. So every car that's been built to this point would not have this technology and could still kill somebody. Okay.
Dude, could you imagine some drunk on the side of the road, hey, buddy, come on, could you blow my car? I need to get home.
Right.
Well, what's going to be really tragic is that after this, let's say this legislation passes and a whole bunch of new cars get this thing installed, is when somebody dies in a car wreck that had the thing installed from somebody that didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's to stop you from drinking once you start the car?
Yeah.
In my mind, I just took this 10 steps out, and it got me thinking about global warming and cars.
Oh.
All of these rich fucks who are constantly going on about don't drive SUVs, but they have enough money to supply the country, or at least most drivers, with Teslas. And that would solve the problem they're worried about. Just like this one. You have to buy a car to do it, so who's going to be buying these new cars?
Yeah, but they have to do something, and they don't want to have to do anything. Doing shit in 2019 is the opposite of true activism. You have to do stuff that results in nothing. That's where the real fucking virtue comes
That's true.
Don't forget, Andrew Yang talked about a car buyback program for global warming.
No, really?
Really. Angry Illinoisan, thank you so much. So we punish the innocent to stop the guilty? Yes, we do, of course.
Indeed.
And Failure says there's nothing talking about me saying what's to stop you from drinking after you've started the car, except for my own personal common sense because I like living. And I get that. You know what? That would be me too. But I know a lot of motherfuckers who drive who've been busted driving while drinking rather than driving before drinking. They didn't even have to find out they were drinking because they had open fucking containers in their lap.
Yeah, and just imagine. Let's see. I'm curious. I'm sure it's probably happened. So somebody taken a can of compressed air and tried to fool the thing.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know.
Well, you'll see
I'm just trying to get some rich fuck to buy me a Tesla. That's it.
Yeah, I understand. And you get a Tesla, and you get a Tesla.
If someone offered me one, I would fucking take it in a heartbeat.
You're going to pay the maintenance on it?
What's the maintenance?
I don't know, but for a Tesla, it can't be cheap.
It doesn't have an engine.
Yeah, I'm sure a car without an engine has no maintenance
It's
costs.
a wind-up toy.
Let's see. This one comes from Shrouded Angel. This is sad. This is a sad story. I saw the video of this before I understood what the story was about. Because it's like, look at this video, and I was like, what? And it was a boxing match, and I was like, oh. And then it was like, then I read the thing below. I was like, oh shit. Patrick Day dead. 27-year-old boxer dies after suffering head injury in Charles Conwell fight.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, Day was put into a medically induced coma by doctors after suffering a knockout, but has tragically passed away. And if you watch the video, he gets knocked down twice. He gets knocked down once, and he gets back up, and then the round ends, and they continue on to the next round, and he gets knocked down again, and he does not get up again. The first knockdown, though, when they slow that footage down, that was a violent punch. I mean, not to say that punches aren't violent in boxing, but I mean just the speed, the angle, the way his head snapped back. Oh, it was
real
bad.
quick. Connor Johnson, thank you so much. I've never been to a Ruby Tuesdays. Are they good? I like their salad bar.
Every time I've been, I wasn't disappointed. So they got a pretty good track record with me.
I don't know that I've ever been. I don't know that they have those out here, but I don't know.
Go to Red Robin's. They're definitely good.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
They're all right.
Red Robin's.
Boxer Patrick Day has tragically died at the age of 27 after suffering a head injury in his fight with Charles Conwell. The American was hospitalized on Sunday after being knocked out by his 21-year-old opponent at Chicago's Wintrust Arena. Day required medical attention in the ring and was fitted with a neck brace and oxygen mask before being taken away on a stretcher. The super welterweight, a two-time Golden Gloves champion, was put in a medically induced coma by doctors after the 10th round knockout, but tragically passed away on Wednesday. Tributes have come flooding in for the fighter, with his promoter Lou DiBella confirming Day had died, quote, surrounded by his family, close friends, and members of his boxing team. He followed this up with a statement reading, quote, he was a son, brother, and good friend to many. Pat's kindness, positivity, and generosity of spirit made a lasting impression with everyone he met. Yeah, and then it goes on to more eulogizing and such. It goes on for a bit. Like I said, I saw the video before I understood the context, and I was like, damn, that guy got hit. And I was like, oh, yeah, he did. Shit.
So what you're saying is Day is dead?
Yes.
All right.
Day's gone. Day's gone.
Day's gone.
The YouTuber Day is dead? All right. I'll see myself out.
I don't know that person. Sorry.
She's cute as shit, man.
Yeah,
Day is
Who?
dead.
Oh, I don't know that.
She can also sing really well. She used to hang out, was quite often with Very Nearly Viral. She married Ray, didn't she? No, Ray, is that his name? No, what's the dude's name? Roy, thank you.
Yeah.
Let's see. This one comes from Silly Billy. Silly Billy.
Oh, yeah, Wikipedia snippet is right. She is the one person to have lupus.
What?
Yeah, she has lupus. It's the one House was looking for.
All righty.
Oh, House had a patient or two that actually had lupus in the show.
One.
Actually, was lupus. Was it only one time?
One.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Proposed bill would make Bible courses a requirement in Florida public schools.
What?
I think that proposed bill is not going to go anywhere.
Yeah,
that's just have a feeling. Tallahassee, a new proposed bill would make Bible courses. Yeah. Under the current law, schools have the option of offering the courses, but it is not required. House Bill 341 was introduced by Jacksonville Democrat Representative Kim Daniels. Is this one of those like activist bills, reverse psychology things? According to the proposed bill, quote, it requires each school district to offer specified courses relating to religion, Hebrew scriptures, and Bible to certain students as elective courses, unquote. If passed, students would be given a chance to learn about the New Testament and the Old Testament in the Bible. While schools would be required to offer the course, students would not be required to take it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but still. In March, a similar bill sponsored by Representative Daniels that would require all Florida public high schools to offer elective courses on the study of the Bible won approval on an 11-3 vote. Daniels said the intent was not to teach a specific religion in school. But rather to emphasize the Bible's role in history, culture, and the founding of the U.S. government. That sounds a little Trojan horse to me of an excuse. Just a little. Just a little. Just a little.
But I mean, she's not wrong when she says it does have a huge cultural impact.
Sure, but the line between relevance and culture and promoting a religion in a public institution is...
And it is completely elective.
Yes, but then shouldn't all other religious such courses be mandated to be offered?
Oh, you can make that argument if it is. But.
It's pretty much the same basic Bible.
It's all Abrahamic. The Book of Mormon and the King James Bible are the same kind of document.
Okay, we're talking real religions. The three big ones.
Wait. Are you saying that teaching Xenu in school would be a bad thing? Anyway.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it would be pointless.
Okay.
I guess the Book of Xenu has some sort of cultural relevancy.
It does to, John Travolta and half of Hollywood.
Well, fuck them.
No. Which one? Oh, Monkey, how many more do you want me to do?
I don't know. How much stuff do you guys have tonight? No, we can end it there. That'll move us on. Guys, thank you for the submissions, but we're going to move on to the YouTube's time. And Satsu, what you did?
Man, I ain't do a motherfucking thing.
Man, we ain't found shit.
I ain't do shit. I was sleeping all day.
Come over there.
Come over. Satsu doesn't even know what that's from.
No, he doesn't.
It's sad.
Man, y'all always throwing random references at me. I don't get nothing.
Comb the difference.
Spaceballs, man. Spaceballs.
Oh, okay.
If you haven't seen Spaceballs, you got to watch it. Scribbles, what you been up to, man?
Just sort of answering or responding to comments from people on my new video. I appreciate everybody's input. I'm also getting comments on really old videos from my library, which means that some of the links are working or people are looking through stuff and commenting on things from years ago. And I'm like, I'm very appreciative of that. And one comment actually reminded me, hey, I haven't done a curriculum of fear entry in quite a while. So I'm looking around to see if I can find anything interesting about social justice education of note. Other than that, the familiar with the matter situation has evolved a bit. This is what seems to be going on right now. So this weekend, I may be doing a familiar with the matter discussion with Jen T. Maxey about Canadian politics as someone who is completely ignorant of Canadian politics. And that will sort of act as a preview or sort of entryway to a conversation between actual Canadians that Jen is going to start streaming at some point after that, where they discuss the politics of their country from different sides of the nation, etc. So that's kind of what it's looking like right now, because there was some notion that I'd be like, I don't know, like mediating some kind of debate about Canadian politics. But at that point, it's kind of like, I might as well not even be there because I don't know anything. I'd just be sitting there saying nothing. Okay.
Are you going to put not so at the top of it?
What now? Oh, not so familiar. Yeah, well, it's the guest that's familiar, which is why I asked the question. So anyway, that's what it's looking like right now. Again, as things develop, maybe this weekend if we get things squared away with scheduling. Yeah. And aside from that, I don't have any other YouTube stuff.
Alrighty, and Sin, what you got, man?
I put out a video this morning that you remember those, Monkey? That
yeah, I mean your mom made one.
Oh!
That it's probably up there in educational under history somewhere.
It is.
I put up a video this morning that apparently YouTube was not a fan of because it started out and stayed at number 10 out of 10 for my most recent uploads. So it wasn't too great. Had the AAA meeting this afternoon. I was on Monkey and the Monkey Show. Whatever. What time did you start?
It was sometime in the afternoonish.
Yeah, I was on that for a bit. And after the AA meeting, we sat and talked for a bit. And we got some big stuff coming, guys. We're taking everything that Ghost Poo was and making it significantly better. So stay tuned for that.
Oh, so you're getting rid of Drunkle?
Well, that was
out loud.
Today that we're booting Drunkle and getting Ed on.
I'm just kidding, Drunkle, although I know you hate me now.
That's about it. I premiered an hour and some change long creepypasta that people seem to really enjoy. That's all I got.
You mean a stinky poopy?
I did a stinky poop. Wait, I got to think for that. Hold on.
It's false. No way.
That's not
Not this time. We created.
Why are you playing? Stop.
Riker?
Yeah, it was what's his face?
William Frakes.
Okay.
Jonathan Frakes, sorry.
What was it?
Jonathan Frakes. Not, I was about to say William P. Riker, but Jonathan Frakes. Stinky poopy. Stinky poopy. Oh, somebody cut that for me.
Yeah.
Stinky poopy.
You already know who fucking Willett Forge was on it.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
That's all I got.
All right, and yeah, today I did a rather late Monkey in the Morning. I even named it Late Afternoon because yeah, I was in bed a long time. I didn't sleep a whole bunch, but I was in bed a long time. So got on there, talked a little bit about last night's debate. And it devolved like it usually does into us talking about women and how fucked up they are. Women, fix your shit. What else did we talk about? And look, I don't blame women. I blame men for how fucked up women are because y'all keep letting women get away with stupid shit. Stop it.
Thank you. We let it happen.
Yeah.
We put pussy on a pedestal and it doesn't fucking deserve to be.
You have a lot of men who are afraid to tell women no. And women need to be told no, just like sometimes men need to be told no. You know why? Because they're people, and sometimes they have bad fucking ideas. And instead, we run around. And Nuts told me I always disparage women on there, which is not true. Sometimes I disparage other people as well.
Monkey, I applaud you for saying such a controversial thing just there.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, you said women are people, and we know that's a controversial statement.
I know. They're above people. They are godlike. But with that, guys, we're gonna move on to the humpetry and Satsu. What you got?
Well, there's a couple things I saw in here.
I'm gonna go pee real quick.
I don't give a fuck about shit.
I'm gonna come pee on you. I'll pee on fucking Squeetus, like Monkey suggested.
What the hell?
That is not what I suggested.
That's exactly what I heard the other night.
Okay, I'm changing his name to Sinatra Kelly.
I'm gonna kill him. Okay, so there was a post that I had just read to Monkey and Scribbles right before the stream that I want to get some input on because it was an interesting one. So this post says, PSA, you do not owe your parents anything for keeping you fed, clothed, clean, and with a roof over your head and an education. Those are responsibilities they signed up for and not favors doled out to you that you should repay them for. And my immediate reaction was like, fuck this entitled asshole. And then I started thinking about all the parents that I know and the way that they act towards their kids sometimes and how they did the barest minimum, which is clothe, feed, and clean. Keep you clothed, feed, and clean, and with the roof over your head. But they were shitty parents otherwise. And after you've grown up and you leave the house, they're like, now it's your responsibility to put all of your efforts into making sure my life is better. And I'm just like, no, that's not how that goes. So it's like, on one hand, I can see where this person is coming from because some people don't deserve, a fucking trophy for doing the barest minimum but still being shitty parents. On the other hand, if your parents did those things well, and they also did all the other things that you should do as a parent to take care of your kid, then as Scribe said, they at the very least deserve your respect. And obviously some appreciation for not treating you like shit outside of doing the bare minimum that they did indeed sign up for. What do you guys think?
I think as we were talking beforehand, I think Scribbles, I think you said it. respect. You don't necessarily owe them anything except respect, and there's a lot of kids who don't respect their parents.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, just because they had you the basic, the bare minimum, the bare minimum isn't necessarily common. I mean, I've seen, like, I can see the difference between how my parents acted and how responsible they were for me and my sister versus several other kids I grew up with, where their parents were just not there, or playing it loose and fast or whatever. And it's not guaranteed, and I can never say enough how grateful I am to my parents and their parents before them for all the hard work they did, not only in taking care of their kids, but raising their kids with the values necessary to pass down on to me, where, like, I get to make the decision. Am I going to be the kind of person my parents raised me to be? Or am I going to say, fuck it, I'm going to be an asshole? It still comes down to my choice. It's not a guarantee. And so the fact that they did all that and they sacrificed parts of their lives to make sure my sister and I had a good life, and took it. I mean, we were in some dire straits there for a couple of years when I was a kid. But my parents didn't give up. We never went hungry. We never went out without a roof over our head, even when we were at literally the red line of everything falling apart. Whatever else I might owe them in my own mind, for just the sake of honor and duty as a son and as somebody who appreciates them, I certainly owe them my respect, if nothing else, for what they did for me.
Well, there's also this. Look, no matter what you think of your parents, how they raised you, whether you don't think they did a good enough job or whatever, they're sacrificing to do that barest minimum.
Yeah.
Your mom and dad go to work every day to put food on the table for your spoiled ass. And frankly, I would bet money the person who wrote this, it came from some upper middle class fucking family that they probably got an Android phone when they wanted an iPhone, and now they're like, I don't know that bitch nothing. We grew up poor, but my mom made sure there was food on the table every night. It might have been ramen, but there was food on the fucking table because that's what they could afford. And there were nights mom didn't eat, so we could. So, yeah, I felt like I owed my mom. And this motherfucker can go fuck himself. How about that?
Yeah. And I get both of y'all sentiments, because you guys know how awesome my mom is.
Oh, your mom's great.
But, I'm still kind of stuck in the middle, because I've seen that behavior, and it's situational. It's very situational. Obviously, if you're any one of us having the upbringing that you had, then absolutely, you should respect and appreciate what they, what they did for you. And if you feel like you owe them, then that's your own personal thing. But like I said, some parents aren't sacrificing to do whatever they need to do for you. Some bitches are out here getting their fucking nails done, and their kids are starving. You know what I mean? Like shit like that.
I need money to take my baby to go shopping.
But they specifically mentioned them doing the bare minimum and buy clothing and feeding and all of that. Your mom could have dropped your ass in a fucking foster care. Shut up.
That's true. That's true. But there's also this attitude too of like when you got somebody at their job and they do literally, like to the letter, exactly what they are supposed to do. Nothing above, nothing below, just exactly what their job entails. And they're walking around like, I'm big shit. Look at me. I'm doing all this stuff. Why am I getting an award or something? That's like, you're doing what the fuck you're paid to do. Like, of course, nobody's patting you on the ass every day. You did exactly what you were supposed to do. Like, congratulations. But that's why I said it takes more than those things to be a parent. And because a lot of people are getting more than those things, then that's where I think the anger comes from when somebody says some shit like that. It's like, the fuck you mean? Your parents are busting their ass. It's like, well, maybe your parents are. But mine fucking ain't. But, like I said, I grew up in the hood. I've seen a lot of fucked up shit. So.
But my comment to that still goes back to him saying them doing the basic minimum and listing off what was done.
Right.
Now, if he's you ate once a week, yeah, that's different compared to you were fed. So that's where mine comes in there. So sorry about that.
No problem. And let me see. The other thing that I saw today because I was getting in all kinds of. Oh, this person in Australia was claiming they had a hat. I forgot what the symbol was on it, but it was a red hat, and it was like, I fucking hate the fact that I have to be afraid to wear this hat now because of dumbass Trump supporters. Because I don't even want to wear it because whenever I see a red hat. And I think there might be, MAGA on it or whatever. I think, oh, look, there's an idiot. And I don't want anybody to mistake me for an idiot for wearing this red hat. And I'm just like, I don't think anybody has to mistake you for an idiot.
It's not a mistake.
I don't think you have that issue. Go ahead and get your super chat one.
Wabba Jack, thank you. For what it's worth, it's Shio's dad's birthday, and he's listening.
Oh.
I forgot his name. I'm so sorry. Pops. Shio, what's his name? I forget. You told me earlier when I sang.
Wait, you already sang once today?
Of course. I sing on my show all the time.
Oh, this is a double dipping, huh? I see how it is.
Yes, indeed. So, unless Brian, thank you, Wabba Jack. So we're going to sing to Brian real quick. He's listening this time. Before he had to listen later, so it's live. Brian, this one's for you. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, bro.
Happy birthday to you.
I hope you hate this as much as I do.
Happy birthday, dear Brian.
You should probably be doing something else right now.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Brian. I hope you had a great one. And Cryptic, thank you so much. Satsu grew up on top of a car like me?
What?
I don't know.
Oh, wait. I said in the hood, not on a hood. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Anyway, God damn, that made me fucking forget what I was about to say. Oh yeah, the red hat person. Like they do realize they created this scenario, right? Like, think about it. If you are afraid to go out and wear a red hat because as a person who hates the people who wear those MAGA hats or whatever, that you could possibly get your ass kicked or be mistaken for an idiot, then yeah, the people on your side definitely created and perpetuated this problem because your hysteria has created a situation where anybody with a red hat is liable to either be fucked up or labeled something horrible simply because they're wearing one. And until they turn around and it's confirmed, your suspicion is on fucking high alert because you don't know. Like, you created that shit. Nobody else has created that situation. This is all you. So fuck you and your stupid paranoia. And this person lives in fucking Australia. Like, what the fuck are you concerned about? People are dumb. And then another post that I liked a lot that I shared is dude said, I feel like I have only 4 options for 2020. Vote for a Democrat who represents the antithesis of all of my beliefs. Vote for a crazy corrupt dude. Vote for a throwaway third party candidate, or chuck myself into the sun. I'm leaning towards number 4, which I am too. And then last but not least, New York Times put out a post that says gaming is a multi-billion-dollar business and it has remained largely white and largely male. 5 years after Gamergate, little seems to have changed for minorities and women. Here are 6 stories of people trying to change that. And I translated that to them ignorant people of color and women's can't seem to figure this whole gaming thing out. So here are 6 posers doing everything they can to keep gamers divided, while real gamers are actually just enjoying video games. Because that's exactly what that is. Did one of you guys get the Men in Black thing? The Ed Solomon Men in Black story for your fucking thing?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm going to do that one real quick, and this will be my last one.
I'm doing that one.
Oh, you just said no, motherfucker. Okay. Then I'm moving on. If you got it, then I'm.
I don't.
I hate you. So
I'll be at your house tomorrow, buddy.
Okay. Ed Solomon put out at the cafe where I'm writing. The people next to me were disagreeing about the origins of Men in Black. I said, if you like, I could clear that up for you. And one of the women responded, I'm sorry, but we don't need an old white male's mansplanation. So I apologized and kept it at that. This motherfucker wrote the film, and they told him that they don't need his mansplaining explanation on the origin of the film that he wrote. So he just said fuck it and left him alone.
That's how you handle that situation.
Yeah, he just said, all right, whatever. I mean, I fucking wrote it, but what the fuck would I know? You're right. Let me take my white, ignorant ass over here, because I don't know any better. Feminism, 2019.
It is a crazy fucking year.
That's all I got.
All right, Scribbles, what you got?
God, aside from the White House thing with the family and everything, not a whole heck of a lot, honestly, that we haven't already talked about. So I will defer to whoever's next.
Sinatra.
I don't think I have too much. They released the new what the new Sonic is supposed to look like in the movie.
Oh,
Pretty good, actually. I thought he was.
Doesn't look bad at all. Doesn't really help the movie being shit, but
yeah.
The model looks significantly better. They kind of made him look like they did in the cartoon, almost. You could see it. Whoa.
Real quick, Grant in chat says there's more info on the actual exchange. They apologized after and claimed they didn't say mansplaining.
Yeah, if you follow the rest of the tweets, he said, like, one of the chicks said they caught him on a bad day or whatever, and her friend said, I don't think she said mansplain. I think she said explain.
Uh-huh.
But,
Sure.
Sorry about cutting in there, Sid. What were you saying?
That's fine. There's a guy called Hampshire, and he does these just completely insane videos about trying to have a hamster. What do you call a hamster habitat? I know this.
Oh yeah, the underwater guy.
Yeah, and he wants it underwater, so he makes these elaborate fucking hamster houses with ventilation that lets air out but no water in. These really fucking elaborate things.
Mm-hmm.
And he submerges them in his fucking aquarium and shit like that. And he's trying to build a huge one that he can put in a pond. Terrarium, thank you. And he's trying to build a huge one that he can put in a pond. So he has his thing on Patreon, and someone caught wind of it and tried blasting him hard on Reddit, saying, Hampshire is the name of a Patreon page that accrues over $1,000 a month, that places hamsters in abusively small enclosures, then places the enclosures underwater with dangerous makeshift ventilation system. This is animal abuse and shouldn't be tolerated. So then he goes on to explain how to report it to Patreon. So they're trying to get this guy kicked off of Patreon because he doesn't like what he does with his hamsters.
Why?
Sorry.
They're rats. Who cares?
Yeah, Mr. Medeker did a video on Hampshire. It's what's that?
Dude, what are you doing?
I clicked onto his Twitch page, and you can see the here. I'll screen share it. Does it matter? Yeah, we're on StreamYards. Hold on, let me screen share this. Full screen this. Open that up. Share screen. And you can see this is what he does. He just has the hamster enclosures underwater. Yeah. That's it. The top right-ish is the hamster enclosure. Then you see two outside views of it. And this is what they're all up in a bunch about.
What if your hamster like to chill with the fishes, man?
Yeah. These hamsters are better cared for than 90% of the people complaining. I guarantee it.
I think it's a neat thing he does. I do like, why do you need it in a pond? I mean, it's his money and his rodents, so I don't care, but well, is that on Twitch? No, it's on YouTube, isn't it? Has he moved to Twitch? Oh shit. Did I kick Sinatra out?
I kicked me out. Yeah, no, he's on Twitch too.
Oh god. I'll be right back, guys.
Yep. Well, at least a cat or other animal can't get to them. I mean, sure.
Yeah, but
But if
it's
there's
just something for him to bitch about, you know that.
if there's a small leak, though, them little rodents are fucked.
I just followed him on Twitch. There's a little dancing hamster on screen that says Sinatra says has chosen to follow. Adorable.
The plural of fish is fish, not fishes.
That's true.
Who said fishes?
I don't know.
Don't say fishes. No one or sadistic doesn't like it.
Fuck.
What else you got, Sin?
There was a tweet that went out this morning, and it was Kamala Harris. It was a quote from her, whatever she did at the debate last night. It said, "I don't really think that the impeachment process is going to take very long, because as a former prosecutor, I know a confession when I see it." And he did it in plain sight. He's given us all the evidence, and he tried to cover it up. And that was reported on by just someone praising Kamala. And woof, did they catch a ratio for that one? Because Kamala Harris is not just a prosecutor. She put tons of people away for weed and withheld evidence that would have exonerated someone. And she's also never going to be president.
Evidence that would have exonerated a man on death row. That part's important. She was willing to let him die rather than give up that evidence.
That she is really a disgusting human.
Oh, she is.
And she sounds drunk all the fucking time.
She probably is, man. She had to suck Willie Brown's dick. She's probably trying to put that out of her memory still.
And then there's one more quick thing. Sarah Anderson, she does these little comic book things, and she kind of stepped in shit by talking about how fragile males are, and she is just getting bombarded with male suicide rates are so high because of shit like this. And it's kind of true.
Fuck her.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with that. That's it.
All right. I already talked about the Schumer thing. For those of you who want to know, check out earlier in the show. Right about
No, I do have a little bit of an update. I got another email from YouTube saying that, "Hi, my name is Mark. I'm taking over for David while he's out of the office." And I said, I thought someone else was taking over for David. Who was telling me to get ready to go to court? They never responded.
Nice.
So I think someone fucked up over there.
So for my first one, you'll have to go back to the half-hour mark of this stream. But for this one, national survey reveals disturbing results of sexual violence at universities. There's a new study out that shows 1 in 4 women are assaulted on campus, and at one campus, it's even higher. It's 1 in 3.
That is such an old, disproven statistic.
It's a brand new study.
Oh, okay.
Of over 100,000 peoples. Right. The problem is, once again, it's the same as all of the studies, is that what they consider sexual violence can include things like somebody trying to kiss you without you telling them to first.
Right.
So if anybody's ever tried to kiss you and you didn't say, "Please kiss me," beforehand, you were sexually assaulted, and that makes campuses unsafe. So still means over 50% of women are safe on campus. Yeah, but it's still 25% chance of getting raped by their nonsense. This one does do a little bit better of a job of at least explaining what they mean each time. But they do eventually get into the, did somebody try to kiss you and you didn't want it? Well, that's different whether they tried to kiss you or whether they forced you to kiss them. Those are two different things. And one of the things in there is, did anybody ever, did you ever have sex with somebody, whether vaginal or oral, because they threatened non-physical harm or offered you some kind of incentive? like you might get a better grade if you sleep with me. Cryptic, thank you so much. Camel toe hairy ass is a bitch.
Excuse me.
I'm not sure.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Oh, Kamala Harris. Gotcha.
Satsu, that fucking POC deathmatch is hilarious, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that.
But yes, things like if you sleep with your teacher for your grade or undergrad who has control of your grade kind of thing, that's not assault. It's really not. And for them to classify it, that's a choice you made. And that is exactly that's whoring yourself.
Are you saying that those women chose to be assaulted?
I'm saying they weren't assaulted; they chose to put out.
Sounds like you're victim blaming.
The other thing, I mean, we did have the debate last night. From all things I read, Klobuchar and Buttigieg did really good. But neither of them did well enough that it's going to matter in the election. Everybody kept coming after Warren, and even with all of them coming after her, she still wouldn't say yes. She's going to have to raise taxes.
Yeah,
She also fucking talked over everybody.
Are you related?
Maybe. I thought I felt a little Native American.
Oh no!
Isn't it hilarious? She talks over everyone. By the way, I talked over you to say this.
I know, right? I fucking love this. And no, he can talk over me. I don't give a fuck. I watched bits and pieces of the debate. I didn't go through and watch the whole thing. I saw the part with Kamala talking about, will you please join me in asking Twitter to remove Donald Trump?
Oh God.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, is this the hill she wants to die on? Like, she is like strongly pushing simply deleting somebody off of Twitter.
She's trying to make it a campaign talking point.
Yeah,
It's
of all
presidential promises.
Dude, of all the things she could be talking about, like issues, like her campaign, like trying to tell people why they should vote for her. Now, Twitter needs to be told. These are the reasons why no one's going to vote for you.
Will you join me on asking Twitter to remove? No, bitch. I don't care about that. Cryptic, thank you so much. Buttigieg is gay. He has butt in his name. What an ass. Are you saying what an ass like you enjoy his ass or that he is an ass? I'm not sure. I'll leave that open for other people to interpret. But thank you for the donation. Biden there was a great moment where Biden says there was nothing that him or his son did wrong.
Yes.
But earlier in the day, Hunter had said he probably shouldn't have taken that job.
Yes.
I don't know if looking at Biden, I don't think he was aware of what his son had already said. But there was something that happened during this debate that it disturbed me. Biden went into this rant, and I read it earlier on Monkey in the Morning, where he's trying to explain that it's okay to, I think he's trying to explain it's okay to raise taxes on rich people.
Mm-hmm.
And instead, it just becomes this meandering, is he having a stroke kind of moment? Because at one point in it, he says that we shouldn't raise capital gains tax. We're going to raise capital gains tax. I'm going to double capital gains tax. Like, what?
Do what? Yeah, I read something about that. And then he turned back real quick. Like, whoops, no, I didn't mean that.
Yeah, it was another one of those moments where we've looked at him before and been like, is Joe okay?
I honestly think he is in the early stages of, if not, I don't know, the common term is senility. He's not all there. He's flustered very quickly, under stress. I don't think he's all there for this.
Neither do I. I think there's something wrong with him. And on the other side, go ahead.
I agree completely, but they're not going to tell him to step down.
No, not his inner circle. They don't have the guts to. But somebody, at some point, he's going to do. Well, I'm just predicting now, obviously, but at some point, he's going to do something that can't be ignored. and people are going to ask questions. And I certainly hope that does not happen like after he's already gotten the nomination, because that
he's going to say the N-word on TV. Back in my day, when those little
corn pop,
come riding around, I'd always walk up to him and pat him on the head and go, "Here's a nickel, Johnny."
Agnostic Adred said, I understood Biden, but I've had a couple of strokes, so that may explain it.
Oh,
stroker. The other thing I was going to say there is on the opposite side. What?
Gimmick infringement.
Are you done?
Yes.
All right. No, on the other side, for just having had a heart attack, Bernie looked pretty spry.
He did.
Yeah. Yep.
He looked healthy.
He sounded like his old self too, and old is the operative word.
Yeah, right. I would actually say that's the healthiest I've seen him. Actually, the healthiest I've seen him look in a debate. Maybe they just did need to clean out them arteries. I didn't see his face turn all red. There was a moment near the end of the debate, though, where he turns to well, first, let's go. Biden rips into Elizabeth Warren because Elizabeth Warren's talking about how she got some measure passed. I forget what it was. Mm-hmm. And Biden's like, I'm the one who went to the floor and got those votes for you. And then she purposefully thanked Obama for getting it done.
Oh,
I was like, oh, fuck.
Shade.
Yeah. And then Sanders rips into Biden about the things that he, if not was responsible for, certainly didn't stop, but like the Iraq war. Mm-hmm. He goes, you're responsible for the Iraq war. You're responsible for, I think there was a banking thing in there and things that Biden actually did on the in the Senate or when he was a vice president. Like, damn, things are finally heating up now that nobody's actually paying attention, because that was by the end of the debate. But there are some I do recommend going out there and looking up like the best moments from the debate if you don't want to watch the whole thing, because there's some spice in last night's debate.
I got some breaking Trump news if you're interested.
What's up?
He just tweeted this out. Let me screen share this.
Is this about the nukes?
No.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm screen sharing. Hopefully the audio will come through okay.
Bam.
This is CNN, the most trusted.
Well, you're gonna get me in trouble. What are we watching?
It just says, this is CNN, the most trusted name in news, and then a laugh track.
Oh.
You could have just said that, motherfucker.
No.
Trying to get monkey demonetized.
No shit.
No, you should be okay with just that little bit.
Wonder if Warren has read the ACA yet. I don't know. But guys, now it's your time. Questions, comments, concerns, throw them into the chat now. We'll do our best to pay attention to them and answer or respond. Thank you, Cryptic, who again donates over on the Streamlabs. Being censored again on YouTube, Warren only got 1,024th of the support.
Oh.
It was amazing how many people were talking about how everybody was going after her, which shows she's the front runner. Toasted asks, has Kamala Harris ever gave Willie Brown a wet willy? I don't know. She had sex with him, presumably. They were dating while he was married.
If I was Warren, I wouldn't be happy to be called the front runner. She's like the weakest front runner I think I've ever seen, like in paying attention to these elections.
Well, you can just keep asking her, how are you going to pay for your stuff? You're going to have to raise taxes, right? And just laugh at how just comically she avoids answering the question honestly.
Uh-huh.
Doesn't that mean, though, that she's a really good politician?
No, because she's doing it to the point of absurdity.
Yes. I mean, watch the debate. Watch the first, I think it was within the first half hour or so of the debate. It is honestly like a really sad, cringy comedy watching her not be honest about something that's so blatantly unavoidable. You're going to have to raise taxes. Bernie gets the closest to kind of being truthful because he says, yes, we'll raise taxes on the rich. Like, yeah, it's awfully not all the truth there, Bernie, but at least you said something.
Satsu, did you hear the Fun Pimps got system rights back for 7 Days to Die?
I did hear that. I don't know how often they're going to be rolling out updates for console, but I am happy for console people. You guys get to actually fucking play updates and shit now.
Yeah, if you guys watch us on 2 Cents Plus, we talked about this on Sunday.
Indeed,
I think it was Sunday. So, it's always fine to come here and ask our opinions as well, but tune in over there and you can hear it live. Mr. Vladim's, why are my pants tight? You're too big for them, or they're too small for you. Pick your favorite answer among those two. We just started and chat is already jumping. Damn it. Who is your favorite Winnie the Pooh character, Lords of the Night? I always liked Eeyore because he's the only one who sounded manly.
Yeah, I think Eeyore, probably. I could empathize with Eeyore.
I like Tigger because it sounds just kidding.
Damn it. What? What?
No, I just like him because he's the most entertaining.
I like Tigger, but he can be annoying.
Eeyore.
Okay, Pooh. Do you think there will ever be live streaming on BitChute?
Maybe.
If they survive long enough.
Yeah.
Pelosi's trending. Here's why. Let me see.
Probably because of the third-rate politician thing.
I agree with those who say this photograph will go down in history. Nancy Pelosi was reportedly chastising Donald Trump in the moment captured below by saying the following to him: "All roads with you lead to Putin."
That didn't happen.
No.
She made that photo her header, right?
Did she?
Yeah.
I think it's funny. I mean, most people on the side with Donald Trump are just ignoring her, and Donald looks like he's saying, "Sit down, bitch." Yeah, I saw somebody had tweeted.
That is her header. That is the real life meme of that lady pointing and screaming, and the cat just sitting there going, huh?
That's the real life Karen asking to speak to Trump's manager.
Yep.
Bernie said you worked with the Republicans and NAFTA, China trade, Iran war to Biden. Yeah, I know he brought up all that stuff. It's interesting to watch. You guys should at least go check out those most interesting moments according to different people. Lords of the Night, can you drive 55? I can, but it's not a good idea. Anyone else?
I can't drive 55.
Satsu and Scribe cannot.
I could because I have a license, but I don't have a car.
Yeah, so that's a no. Unless you steal it.
Am I the only one here who actually drives?
I can drive. It's just not a good idea because sometimes my legs go numb. Sometimes I get really sharp pains that cause my legs to move. I can drive. It's just not a good idea.
I'm not picking all you up when we go to the fucking picnic.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
You fucking bums better chip in on gas.
We got you.
We'll of course we'll chip in. Remind us at the end.
All right.
Did you know that where'd that go? Both fish and fishes are the correct plural of fish. I did not know that.
Them fishes.
Thank you, Cody Fry. I wanted to pick on Sinatra again, but I ducked up trying to figure out Streamlabs earlier, so I feel like that's an ill-advised decision. Well, there you go. All you gotta do is go, fuck you. There you go. See, all done. How crazy is Warren? She's not crazy. She's stupid.
Weibo says, Sanoot, I can drive. You're not invited.
Wow.
if America hates gay, why does Pete Buttigieg bring it up every second? He speaks with passion, but he's so gay. I don't see Pete doing that. It's not like Cory Booker with "I'm so black." Did you know I'm black? Did I tell you I'm black?
Did you know
he's probably
black and thinks women are people?
He's probably the only person in the country that actually has a black card. He probably made it himself. He's laminated and shows it to people.
I get you know those advertisements that'll just pop up on Facebook?
Mm-hmm.
I get one all the time that is for a white privilege card.
Nice. Where's that? Why am I the only one of my friends in real life and to an extent online who doesn't support Sanders? Because you have dumb friends.
I think the funniest thing I saw Cory Booker called on Facebook is somebody said, and I quote, "one of them milk dud blacks."
Oh, what?
And I'm just like, bruh.
That ain't right. That ain't right. I don't know. I guess your friends have college debt.
Yeah, oh shit.
Dr. No, Lords of the Night and Guests. Have you seen Carlito's Way starring Al Pacino? I've seen half of it.
I own a copy. It's all right. I mean, it's really difficult trying to watch that movie and not just saying, is this some kind of like wannabe Scarface remake or something? Even though it's a completely different movie and a completely different character, obviously. It's all right. And I like some of the performances in it pretty good. Like Sean Penn's really good. The only thing, and I can never not notice this, there's this one scene where Carlito's out in the rain trying to go see his lady love or whatever. And he's soaking wet, and then the cuts to him walking into a building, and his hair is completely dry. It is so jarring and bad, and I can never not see it. It's all right.
Scribe, that video you put up today, the
Which
fucking
one?
jump cuts. Of that
Yeah, Mr. God, dude, isn't that nuts? At the
I
end,
almost had to turn it off.
At the very end, like right as the presentation is ending, they jump cut like 4 times in a row in the middle of a sentence. I'm like, what are you doing? And I knew I had to tell people at the beginning, I'm like, guys, just to warn you, this is insane, but I can't do anything about it. I wish I could. But those jump cuts are so fucking ridiculous. I've never seen that in a TEDx before. At least not that bad, I should say.
Sinatra?
Yeah.
You bring an element of what the fuck just happened to this stream. And I appreciate it because it does remind me of Monkey in the Morning, and I like that.
Ed summed it up pretty good on Monkey in the Morning. Sinatra's never really anywhere fully.
Exactly. You just, like, out of nowhere. Scribe, I loved your video today. Not when we were at YouTube time. No.
I forgot.
Till halfway through question time. No, dude, I'm in all seriousness. If I was fucking with you, I'd tell you, stop it.
He's got fucking interruption Tourette's.
Well, he got a flu shot today, a flu vaccine, so his autism is kicking
Spiking.
He's at peak autism right now.
Peak autism. Mattis says, "Oh Lords, would y'all try mango bourbon?" I mean, I'd try it, I suppose.
Bourbon.
I like mango, but I hate dark liquor.
I don't know. I mean, will it go good with Dr. Pepper? Otherwise, I don't care.
I'll try it.
Yeah.
Pyrus asks, "Can I get a link to last night's game stream, Satsu?"
I'll do you one better. I'll drop you the link to my channel.
The whole channel. You can watch them all. Orpheus asks, "Have you seen Medicare's newest video on BitChute?" I have not.
No.
I did, and it is one of the most disturbing. Like, I had no idea of the details that went into gender transition surgery. He shows actual medical footage of both procedures being performed.
Oh,
several, and I mean, it's uncensored, and I kind of knew what I was going to be seeing when I went into it, but I had no idea, and it is so. Even right now, I cringe thinking about the first few, just the first couple of minutes of that video. And now that I know exactly what is required to do all that stuff, I understand even less now why someone would voluntarily do it. It's anyway.
On the South Park episode where Mr. Garrison gets his surgery, they show surgery footage, and that is actually of a sex change operation.
Yeah, it's
Cryptic.
It's,
Cryptic. Thank you so much. How does the KKK brew whiskey in a Cracker Barrel?
Damn crackers.
Why do people like NASCAR? It's just a bunch of cars going in circles. People like the precision that goes into both the cars and the driving.
And the expectation there will be some fiery crash.
That's my favorite part. It's the only part I watch.
Yes.
I don't give a fuck if there ain't somebody catching air. Who's your favorite candidate to mock? Oh,
Beto.
Beto?
Yeah, probably Beto.
Why is Eeyore? Oh, sorry. Did you have one, Satsu?
Wait, what happened?
Your favorite candidate to mock?
I don't know. They're all stupid.
Fair enough.
They're all stupid evenly.
Why is Eeyore the only one in the 100-acre woods that is homeless? He's not. He has a home.
Yeah. Eeyore's not Oscar the Grouch. But Oscar even has a house. Did you see that Saturday Night Live?
Yes.
Like gritty Oscar movie based on the Joker? That was fucking awesome. That was hilarious. And I thought I would go see that movie.
So
I honestly would. It's right up there with my idea to have a gritty crime film that's animated that stars all the characters from the cereal boxes.
Mm-hmm.
And so like yeah, Lucky's the Irish mob crime lord, and like Toucan Sam is the name of like another crime lord, and like the honeybee is the stool pigeon. Oh, it'd be great.
Did Jesse Smollett ever get in trouble for the fake news or the fake hate letter? As far as I know, they couldn't prove it was him.
Yeah.
He faced unrelated consequences for it, but nothing legal, I guess.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Now that they've started the primary debates, does that mean Hillary can't run now? Oh, no, she can still run. Each state has its cutoff limit for when you have to qualify for their ballot, and she can run up until those times.
Dude, I love the fact that when she like puts that out, because she said a couple times, like, I think it was like a threat, like Donald Trump better not make me run or some shit like that. It was like a threat, you know, like if he keeps it up, he's gonna make me run or whatever. And the people who are just like, no, don't do it, are the people on her side. It's so fun. It's not even the fucking right who's like, yeah, okay. It's the people just like, please don't fuck this up. It's already bad enough.
Oh, the right would love it if she did.
Oh, of course.
It would be the greatest show on earth again.
Oh shit.
Lords of the Night. Which Lord of the Night would you guys have sex with if you had to?
Weebo.
Yeah, Weebo.
Do I have to pick between SDA and Weebo?
you hey, pick them both.
There you go.
Have a sandwich.
Yes.
What?
The hell
that is my answer. Yes.
Torcular, thank you so much for the donation. Wow, that is very generous and no message. You sure you didn't want to say anything?
Damn.
For 20, you should be at least. You should be able to tell Sinatra to shut the hell up or something.
At least.
Or me. I'll be nice to the other two. They're nice guys.
I am a nice guy.
Me and Sinatra deserve it, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am. I just won't say that I am, because if you say you are, then you're not.
Whoops.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Rebo too. By the way,
I see
He's
the
still
question
not invited to the picnic.
way down at the bottom, Dark Aisle. I see that because I looked down for the donation. Why aren't Lady Monkey and Squishy Lords? They're not on as much to qualify. They're random guests here and there.
They're ladies.
And can Sinatra clarify what he meant by correct reasons to boycott from some of his tweets? Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I can. The correct reason to boycott something would not be because the owner talked to someone that I don't agree with. It would be Harvey Weinstein was raping people. Bill Cosby was raping people. Kevin Spacey was accused pretty credibly at the time of raping people. That's a decent reason to boycott.
How about those phones that you guys love so much are made by little Chinese kids for 10 cents a day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And often kill themselves. That's a good reason to boycott. Boycotting Facebook because Mark Zuckerberg talked to Tucker Carlson is not a good reason. It makes you look fucking petty and stupid. And then to have not you, whoever asked, unless you did do this, and this is directed directly at you. And then you have the nerve to go, it's not because of that. Cancel culture is just a right-wing thing. So dumb.
Sorry, I had to blow my nose. I think there were because they actually have correct reasoning in quotation marks. Whatever reason is correct to you, I will say that. I mean, that's your correct reason. But I'm with Sinatra on a good reason versus a bad reason.
Well, they kept calling it a right reason.
Yeah,
saying that it's just the right wing who does it. So I said a correct reason.
Fair enough. I would use the term valid reason or
rational.
There you go.
Rational.
Justifiable reason, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen Sean has asked this a few times, and guys, remember, I go in order. I'm still way the fuck up, so I'm like hours away from where you guys are actually asking questions. But I saw you ask this a few times, so we're finally getting to it, and I've drug it out just to make it funny. No, hey y'all, would a USB mic headset? Excuse me. Sorry, 1 second. Would a USB headset / mic be okay for YouTube streaming / videos? And do you have a recommendation?
No.
What?
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
A headset and mic, not good.
It can
Headset
be.
/ mic, and it can be.
You got to get a fucking really high end. You'd be better off just buying a Blue Yeti and fucking earbuds.
Well, again, headset, and he said / mic, so I think he's mostly asking about the USB portion of it.
I thought he meant like a headset mic thing.
He might have meant that too, but those I know people who use those.
Yeah, but they don't sound good at all.
It depends on the stuff.
Usually pretty fucked unless you pay some good money.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
God.
I was going to say, I mean, a headset can work. I mean, it's not going to be studio quality sound, but I mean, it all depends on, how important that is for the sake of what you're doing. And also with a little bit of work using Audacity or something, you can clean up that kind of sound fairly well, and it's serviceable.
You'll end up spending less money on getting an Audio-Technica AT2020 headphone combo set than most gaming headsets with a microphone.
My recommendation would be to start off with the Snowball. It's a $50 mic, and just get whatever earphones you need, whether it's earbuds or a $15 headset from wherever. When you're starting out, you don't need more than that.
Yeah.
Invest in it over time. Reinvest in your stuff.
What's the worst thing Sanders has said? I'm running for president.
It's not what the worst thing he said. It's what's the worst thing he hasn't yet said, and that is explaining how he's going to get any of the things. It's the same with Warren, Sanders, Yang. They're all basing these great, wonderful things off of taxes, raised taxes, new taxes. And the one thing they have yet to explain, all of them, how are they going to convince Congress to pass their tax proposal? Because all of it falls apart right there if they don't have a plan for that. And even if they have a plan, there's no guarantee it'll actually work.
Because I have chat up in two different spots here. I see the bottom of the chat and the top of the chat. I read the questions from the top, but I can't see down here. Sean says, sorry, dude. I thought you said chat jumped. I'm sorry I repeated. You do not have to be sorry you repeated it. One, especially on the other two nights, it's a better idea to repeat.
Yes.
And two, I was just kidding with you. Just throwing that out. Magog's in chat. How you doing, man? He says, yeah, don't be like me. Start small. Yeah, don't start with the idea I'm going to build my own goddamn studio. I mean, I admire your drive, dude, but damn, start with an apartment, just a studio. What are you doing? Studio apartment. But no, how you doing, bud? Nice to see you.
Just as an idea, I started in my bedroom, and then I got an office room, and I'm not going any bigger. So kind of know what you need.
Well, yeah, and with Magog specifically, I mean, he's building a whole fucking set because he has plans to make this a big production. And good on him. Me, I need a small office. That's the most you're ever going to see from me is, you know, if I can ever get video up, you might see my face and me talking to you once in a while.
If you ever do videos,
He's getting an $8,000 camera.
I actually have a really nice camera already that Lady Monkey got me for Christmas 2 years ago. I can't stream the video, man. Did Snoot spend his $50 horsecock money on candy?
$10 of it.
There you go. Weibo asks, why can't I join the picnic? Well, if you'd waited just a little bit longer, you would have heard you're going to be the sandwich.
Yeah, that's how you join. You have to you have to be used a little bit.
You were everybody's choice, Weibo.
Have any of you guys seen footage of GG All In on stage? No.
GG Allen?
Allen, is that what that is?
Yeah.
With an Allen, no.
And yes, I have. Dude's fucking nuts.
Can Satsu tell me where he watched the second season of One Punch Man?
I watched it on Hulu. Because I think it was only on Hulu. If I remember correctly. That was the only place you could watch it. Outside of, the other places.
Oh Lords, have you heard that Howard the Duck is coming to the MCU? Well,
no way.
He already was.
He already was. He was in the first.
Oh yeah.
He was in Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, he was made. I think he made a cameo in Guardians of the Galaxy. He was in the after credits thing, and I think he was even somewhere in the background of Guardians 2, maybe. But yeah, he's already there. And it was, what's his butt? The guy who does Robot Chicken. He's Seth Green. Seth Green was the voice of him. Yeah.
I thought Lords of the Night only consisted of 3 people. We were asked who we were going to have sex with, and I'm not having sex with these guys, so we cheated.
Yeah, there are several Lords of the Night. It's just that, some are honorary members for the sake of being friends, and then there's people who are here every night. And Weibo is an honorary Lord of the Night. She's sat in for missing people before and been on the show, so she's an option. Now that she knows that she's an option.
Where was that question? That was one I really wanted to answer. Where'd it go?
Well, what was it you wanted to say?
I don't remember because I was listening to you. That's what I'm get for listening to you. There it is. Ryan Walters says, who has the right wing canceled? Now, we do need to point this out because there are times that people on the right wing do the same stupid shit.
Hillary.
The same stupid shit where they're like, that nice joke. But no, like somebody, Nike, for instance, they did it with Nike because of Colin Kaepernick. And you know what? If that's what you want to do, that's fine. But do you remember people burning shirts that they've had for years because they were going to show Nike? And you didn't teach them nothing. They already got your money, dumbass.
Keurig.
Was Keurig? Yeah.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen as often, and it's usually not successful. And they are more of a boycotting a business rather than where the left will cancel a actual person.
Yeah,
we need to de-person this person.
Contact however you make a living. Yep. Every time something like that happens, that Sam Hyde quote rings in the back of my head. They want to see you broke, dead, have your children raped and starving.
Oh, yeah. Weibo says, what do I need to do to be invited to the picnic? Make sandwiches.
And get on your knees.
To catch crumbs.
Yeah.
Sinatra, can we get another Jonathan Frakes sounder?
Yeah, I suppose so.
It's false. No way. Not this time. We created it. Not this time. No, not this time. It's totally.
I watched those shows when they were first coming out. All that stuff is so nostalgic to me.
Oh yeah, I got like 45 seconds of that.
Oh yeah.
Weibo says that's another good question. Why am I the automatic smash response? Well, we have limited options.
Yeah, there's only so many female Lords of the Night, and like it's you or SDA, and I was like, well,
And STA has pronouns in her bio, so
Yeah.
I got pronouns in my bio now.
dude,
Oh,
no,
well,
fuck.
just
Do I
one more
still have
reason
one?
why.
You should go look. There.
I'm going right now.
I had pronouns in mine. Oh no, I took them out because they didn't fit.
That's
Mine
good.
does say I'm a non-binary lesbian. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the show. Non-binary lesbian is the end of the show.
Oh my god.
Guys, thanks for coming and hanging out. Thanks for always supporting us the way you do. Thank you. Speaking of support, thank you so much for the donations. You guys are amazing. Cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to Sinatra on his various channels, including Creepsin, where he had a new creepypasta out today.
Or as Scribe would say,
So if you like creepypasta or stinky poopy,
Go see it over on Creepsin. Gentlemen, anything else that we want to tell people about before we leave?
Rutabaga.
There you
hey,
go.
that's my line.
Sinatra, thanks for coming and hanging out with us, bud.
I'm just a lamp at this point. I'm furniture here.
You are indeed. Satsu, Scribe, a pleasure as always. Everybody, your lives make me sad. We'll see you next time.
Good night, guys.
Bye,
Good night.
guys.
I was going to mute instead of end the broadcast. What the hell's wrong with me?